Hey, Eagle Run 23 here. I got to spend most of the afternoon working in my garage, and one of the things I've been putting off is getting my camping gear all reset. We recently went camping, and it was the first time that we've gone as a family of four. I have a 1-year-old who had never been camping before, and so that whole process had to be figured out, and some of the gear needed to be changed over. So I'm going to do a little bit of a different video today. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I keep in my camping tubs. I have a 3-tub system. One of the things I don't like about it is all 3 tubs are actually different. So maybe down the road I can kind of get all 3 tubs to be the same size and shape and all that. So it's a little hodgepodge together, but it is pretty organized overall. So let me show you some of the things I have. All right, so this is the largest tub. This one kind of has some supplies and some extra things. Let me kind of run through it real quick. This is one of those big Plano long and skinny tubs. These things are great. I've got 2 of them. I probably should repurpose the other one and make it into the camping one, so I have a couple that match. But let me show you what I've got in here. This is Dawn antibacterial for washing. I got extra trash bags. Here's some fuel and containers. Extra toilet paper. I keep toilet paper out at our campsite, but this is extra in case we don't go to the same place every time. I got a couple ways to make coffee there. Here's a percolator. I've also got my Coleman stove down there. This is a new one that I got, so it's still in the box. The other one got used up. Again, you'll see I have another plate to kind of serve things on and for food prep. If you're camping somewhere and they just have a park bench, or if you don't have any equipment at all where you are, it's nice to have those. You can cut and kind of prepare food on them. They're easier to keep clean, and I think they're great. I'm sure I can find them in digital camo or whatever, but I don't really care. Always have a roll of paper towels. I only bring one, and I try not to use it. So, and then you'll see I've got extra boots. These are extra hiking boots. I have 2 pairs that are worn in, and these this was an older pair. I got a good deal on a new pair, so I keep these in here. I probably should wear them a little bit more to make sure that they're staying in good shape. They're a couple years old, and it's probably been a year since I've worn them. And then I also keep an extra pair of shoes just to have around the campsite. It's muddy. It's, whatever. You could have a flip-flop break, or depends on what kind of camping you're doing. So always have an extra pair of shoes. When my children and my wife come, they pack their extra stuff. This is kind of all of our stuff to set up, plus my specific stuff. The first thing you'll notice is these super colorful plates. These are plates that you can get off-season, Target and Walmart and different places. They virtually give them away, and they're great to have camping because you always need stuff to put on there. So I actually bought these super cheap. I know they're not manly, but they're functional, and that's what I care about. I also have this is like a sheet cake tray. I've actually cooked on it before. It's got grill marks on it. I actually used it as a cooking surface before, and it also works great for serving when you get all your food and everything off the grill. So that's something there. Okay, here's a look down inside. Always have spare paper plates. We camp a couple of different ways. This is a tablecloth, and sometimes we're at a place that has park benches, like if we're not camping like at our property and we're camping like at a campsite. So this is like a good way to cover up a park bench. It also could potentially, if you want to have a prepper use for everything, this could be a shelter, So anyway, I know that's a stretch, but whatever. We got coffee filters. I have a couple different ways to make coffee, and these, I'm not currently using these, but I just kind of leave them in here. This is a spare set of tongs. This is a little supply box. I use these shoe boxes to kind of help organize the gear in these tubs. I've got some surface cleaner. I've got matches. There's a bag of napkins, utensils, all in Ziploc baggies. Salt and pepper. These are the 2 mugs that we use to make coffee and drink out of. I also have this is a little camping stove. I'll show you the fuel for it later. It's in another tub. But these are those little pop-up sets on top of the canister. Those are pretty cool. Salt and pepper, and again, these 2 are mugs that we use when we're making coffee. And then sometimes we bring things that are more festive, like Christmas lights and things like that. So here's a little way to tie some stuff down around. You'll notice it's all very colorful. You know, if you want to convince your wife to go camping, then sometimes you have to not have camo everything. Alright, so this is a shelter and supply tub. You can see right on top I've got my master key. This is the big one. I've got one that folds up that's somewhere else I can show you. Sometimes on my property there is an easement with a utility line that crosses, and sometimes the utility guys put padlocks on it and you know, chop right through. So I've got an air up mattress, you know, camping in style. I've got a way to blow it up. I've got an extra rain fly from an old tent that the tent is long gone, but I never used the rain fly, so I just kept it. I also kept the tent stakes from that, and then I've got so extra tent stakes. There's also this big old rope. When we camp out at our property, we set up a big rope swing, and I always take the rope down with me so that it doesn't go bad. I can just throw up, you know, the rope each time, and it stays in this box, and it lasts a whole bunch longer than if it stayed in the sun all year long. Okay, and the last thing is this little grill kit. This was a gift for me, but I've seen them before. You can score these at the end of season, and they are great. They're in this little case. You got everything you need. You've got flippers and tongs and pokers, and we actually use these. We do corn on the cob. We'll grill the corn and use the little pokers on the end, and then I just throw everything in a bag that needs washed. I wash it, and then I put it back in here. So it even has a knife. These skewers are here at the top. These skewers up here, they work great for roasting marshmallows. So this is really a great thing. It was a gift. I've seen them at Target and Walmart at the end of grilling season for 10 or 20 bucks. I pick one up, put it in your camping stuff. It makes it where you don't have to worry about food prep. Makes it really simple. Alright, so that's kind of the run through on my gear and my setup. Again, this is the 3 tubs that I would take. They're always on the shelf. I try to keep them packed and clean. So this is set up so that we can just grab these 3 containers and just take off and be ready to go. All we need to do is bring our food, an ice chest, and then whatever clothes we need. All of our supplies are taken care of, and the point of it is so that we can go camping quickly and not have to put a whole lot of thought and preparation into it. If you've got 24 hours, 48 hours, then you can just grab it and go, and you don't have to spend a whole day packing. So these are all already ready to go. This kit also doubles as a base camp for hunting season. I can take these 3 tubs, and I've got a base for the things that I need on a hunting trip. Whether it's an overnight hog hunting trip or a couple-day deer hunt, I can take these 3 tubs. Now, obviously, I can peel out some things that I don't need if we're packing light or whatever, but so just to keep things simple and easy, and so that you actually do go camping because you have your stuff ready instead of wasting a bunch of time and having to plan and prepare to get all of your gear together. Alright, so I hope you like this video. I definitely include my camping things in the preparedness category. It's nice to know that I have all of this stuff ready. If it were an emergency situation, it'd be nice to know that I can grab these 3 boxes and have some supplies to last me through a disaster or tornadoes or whatever terrible thing has happened. This is a great thing, and I use all this stuff, and so I know what works, what doesn't work. I'll show you some of my other camping backpacks and things that I take with me, and we can kind of go through some of the gear and what I like and don't like in another video. But this is the base set, 3 tubs that you can grab this and a couple other things and know you'll have what you need to go camping. Alright, this is Eagle Run 23. Thanks for watching.